Hello, my name is Jeff and you're watching Kurama Terminus channel. So today, nice day for model railroading on Kurama. A small tour of the electricity. So here we have the TETSUDOU Tomitech controller. You can see there that it have been wired. So one hole for track power, just there, and one hole for power supply. So here we can start the controller and it's working well. So here there is a little space. It is for the speaker. The speaker is just there, and if I have touched the wood, the sound should be worse. With this space, you can hear very well. It's quite powerful. So for exhibition, it's a very nice controller. So let's slow down. So you can emergency stop, release the brakes, pedal for whistle, for horn. Here we have the selector forward reverse. And here is the throttle. So on the left side we have now the RMC1Z that you know. You can see there you have been wired. Here is track power and here is power supply, two holes. Here you can see a hole. We will pass just there we have a phone output for a helmet. So we will put on this sound output a little system with speakers for computer, and I will put the speaker there because the level of the sound here it is the maximum, so it will be a little bit less for too low level on exhibition where there is lots of noise. And here you can see that now the control panel is in place. So it is wired and it is working very well. So we can make a test today, the test of the death, which is to test all the ways of cisor crossing. So here we are in the middle position. We can select the same power on the crossing, and now you're able to change. So you can see the blade. Here is the red position, so the train can pass through this. Here is the middle position, black. Two way are straight, and here is the blue one, which is that way. And you see, it's working quite well. Underneath, you can see that all electrical stuff have been installed and wired. So here there is our two cables. So here is the track power. So we have made a jack to jack, and here you can see the plug. So here is the power of the RMC M1Z. You just have to plug just underneath the TETSUDOU. We have the two wires, and here you can see the power supply for the layout. So on these plugs you have power supplies for the two controllers that are going through the table, just there. And here you have the two little power supply for the layout itself. So here is for the tortoise. So here you can select the voltage and trick the speed of the switch machine tortoise. So the more volt you give to the tortoise, the more fast they go. So this one is trigged, it's okay, and the other power supply is supplying 12 volt fixed for all accessories of the layout, like if we are doing signals, if we are doing crossing gates that works, lighting, all 12 volts will be provided by that 1.5 amp power supply. It's enough for a small layout. The two wires are going up to this plate that I have shown how to build this plate, and you can see the 5.5 millimeter plugs. So it is very easy to plug and to unplug. So you can see here is a plug. You arrive at the exhibition and you just plug it like this, and your layout is working very well. So here the steel square that maintain in place the table, and here we are just under the crossing, the cisor crossing. So here you can see how much wires there are. All these wires are all for the crossing. So much cable. Here we have electrical canals that are used for the different wires. So it's helping to have a very neat wiring. And here we have the relays, and just there it is lots of wires. We are just at the back of the control panel. All the wires are going in that canal here, and here it's preparation. So these wires are for the switch machine of Kurama station on the upper level, and here is the track for the two tracks of Kurama. So when I will add to the layout the upper level, I only have to put these 6 wires that are welded on the control panel. So just there we can see have a overall view of the wiring of Kurama. I think wiring is at 90% done. The only thing that still rests to do is the final wiring of the future crossing gates and the upper Kurama station. All the rest is very advanced and it's finished. So here we go for the test of the desk. We will test all the way of the crossing. So let's go. So, like you see, it's working very well, and all the frogs have been juiced, so you can see even at very low speed the cars are running very well with no stop and not so much flashing lights. So here we have done this with the power supply MRC1Z, but we can switch all the layout on the TETSUDOU. So let's go to do with the TETSUDOU. Start. So that was great fun to drive. Really, it's a nice controller. It's working very well, like you see, and it's a different sensation from the Yamaha C1 M1Z. So, like you see, in exhibition it will be very fun to share with the public the pleasure to drive trains with that kind of controller. So now we are ready to go forward on the scenery. So the next point, it will take some time. I need to install the bridge just there. So I can show you to install the upper level. I need to put that tracks, like you see. So now I need to trig my scenery level just there and to build all the poles for the bridge to the correct height. When it will be done, I will be put my socket for the poles and do the scenery that we will go a little bit downgrade, because just in front you have the city with 5 buildings there. Here is the crossing, so, and the road that is going to the lower station there. So I also need to install the curved maintaining wall just there, and to apply ballast on this track, because when I will attach the bridge it will be very difficult to put the ballast there without damaging the bridge. So I also need to paint the bridge and the track before installing it, because it's very difficult to paint that stuff on place. So there is lots of job before laying the last tracks on this level, and I need to have these tracks working well on this area before attaching the upper level. It's an obligation. I can't put the upper level. So lots of work is remaining before doing the first run on all the layout done. So let's go. Like always, give a little thumb up or subscribe. It will be much appreciated. And see you soon. Bye bye.